just had a crazy ass epiphany the other day. On my Instagram, I got this notification that was like, oh, your memories. This is what you were doing 4 years ago or whatever. And it was like a dumbass video of me fucking around in my car at like literally 3:30 a.m. eating McDonald's, some shitty ass food, and listening to depressing ass music. And what did I think when I saw that video? For some reason I thought like, oh, those were the days. Like, damn, I miss that. Just this jerk reaction without thinking, this nostalgia factor. No matter how shitty the time was before, when you think about something in the past, at least for me, I always tend to think, oh, I miss that. Like, man, those were the days. That was the vibe. My life is without a doubt 100%, 100 times better than it was then. Right now, dude, I'm living my dream in many aspects. I live in Japan. I don't have any money because I'm a student and I can only work part-time. So I can't like ball out or anything like that. But dude, I live in Japan. Like, I don't need anything. I live here. I love the lifestyle. I love everything about the culture here. I'm challenging myself every day. I'm going hard in the gym. I have a really dope gym where I can train martial arts. I'm learning a language every day. Like, I'm really happy, dude. And I'm genuinely living my dream. For some reason, when I see memories of the past, no matter how shitty they were, no matter how depressed I was, no matter how much I wanted to kill myself at that time, I for some reason think like, ah, those were the days, man. Literally, my friend hit me up the other day and he was like, dude, remember we used to play COD until like 6 a.m. every night? Yeah, I do remember that. And dude, at the time I wanted to fucking kill myself. That's why I was up until 6 a.m. playing COD every night. It was so destructive, so bad for my health. But for some reason I have that thought and I'm like, oh, like those are the days, man, missed that shit. But in reality, I wouldn't trade that ever for what I've got going on right now. And I guess the conclusion that I'm coming to is every time of your life, when you look back at it, you might say, man, those were the days. Man, I wish things were how they used to be. No matter what you were doing at that time, no matter how shitty your life was, there's always going to be this nostalgia factor mixed in with the memory. That's why you need to do your absolute best to hang on to the moments while they're here. I'm doing that to my fullest extent, the best I can here in Japan, dude. Like I said, I don't have any money. I can't ball out. I can't do anything crazy here, but just being here and the fact that I worked so hard to get here and that I'm living my dream in a country that I love across the fucking world, doing some crazy ass shit by myself, I'm happy. Literally on my worst day here, like I could fail a test. I don't fail my tests, but I could fail a test and I could have a shitty day at work and I could be bummed out and I could be like, man, my life sucks. But then if I just tell myself to shut the fuck up for a second, I walk out my door and I just look and I realize, damn, bro, you live across the world in Japan. Like, you really worked for this shit for many, many years. This was your dream and still is your dream. Like, this is sick. And every time I think that, it immediately brings me back to reality and makes me appreciate life and appreciate myself, the hard work that I put in to get here, which actually brings me to another point of mine. Like, me being able to appreciate the life that I've built for myself and how hard I worked to get to Japan. Something that really bugs me is a lot of people on social media or wherever they are, and I'm sure they don't think of it this way, and I'm sure they don't mean it this way, but a lot of people say, oh, lucky. Oh, dude, you're so lucky. I wish I lived in Japan. Lucky. I can't live in Japan because blah, 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 blah. I've got bills to pay. Like, what's lucky about me living here? I didn't luck out in any way. I worked my ass off for the last 10 years to get here, dude. You motherfuckers don't want to sacrifice a little bit of money, don't want to work that extra hour at work, want to move into a smaller living space to save money. You don't want to stop eating out every day, and then you're going to complain about how your life is. Dude, I knew I didn't like my life in America, and so that's why I made all these sacrifices. I will say that luckily my mother was kind enough to let me stay at her place for many years. She didn't pay for any of my stuff. My father didn't pay for any of my stuff at all. I paid for most of my college, my community college, on my own. And then my mom actually did kick me out eventually. She kicked me and my brothers out. I was already in preparation and applying to school in Japan. I told her I have this plan. I'm going to be out of here in 11 months. Is there anything I can do to stay? I'm working my ass off right now. I'm trying my best to save money so I don't starve when I get to Japan. Is there anything I can do to stay? And she said, fuck no, get your ass out of here. So what did I do? Did I bitch and cry? No, dude. I looked around. I applied to a whole bunch of different apartments. Like 10 different apartments rejected me and told me they weren't going to let me stay there because I needed to go for a year contract for 12 months. I wasn't even going to be in the US for 12 more months. I genuinely thought about just paying that extra month even if I wasn't going to live there. I looked into sublets, subleases, rooming with people that I didn't know. And eventually I settled on a shitty ass apartment that had cockroaches and mice, and it was in a not very safe area of Chicago, just for the sake of saving money to build this life for myself here in Japan. Dude, this fucking apartment I lived in was a studio, which is just a one room. The bed, the kitchen, everything is all together. Over 100 years old. There were literal cockroaches. There was a mouse that lived there that I never caught. He was there for a year, dude. I chased this motherfucker all around. I set up all types of booby traps, all types of Frogger ass shit trying to get his ass, and dude, I could never catch this dude. He probably still lives there. There were 2 shootings on my street. When I would get home from work, dude, I would park my car on the street and I would literally run from my car into my apartment because there were always thugs hanging out in this alley behind my apartment doing sketchy shit. Probably drug deals. Like I said, there are 2 shootings on my street, and I was doing all of that for the sake of saving money so I could build my life here in Japan, so I could have the money to qualify for a student visa, and I could support myself and pay rent for myself here in Japan. Like, ever since I was 18, man, I've had this idea that I was going to do something big, that I was going to save up my money for some crazy ass shit. I didn't know what it was going to be. I did think I was going to move somewhere, but I didn't know where it was going to be. I definitely didn't know it was going to be Japan or outside of the country. I never spent my money on material things. Last time I went clothes shopping was in 2018, before I went to Japan for the first time for vacation. Like, you people that are out buying clothes every single week, having to get the newest, nicest thing, spending $400 on a t-shirt. If you want to do that, that's totally fine by me, but I don't want to hear you complaining about how you don't have money to go traveling, you don't have money to, follow your dreams. I always picked up extra shifts at my jobs. I picked the closing shifts. I worked my ass off. I didn't buy any bullshit. I didn't buy a super expensive car. And I fucking went hard, and this is it, dude. I live here now, man. I live here in Japan, so it does feel good. There are a lot of people, I would say most of the people that are in my classes and go to language school here are funded by their parents, and their parents give them money to come here, and they give them money to study, they give them money to live here, etc. I want to make it really clear I'm not hating on those people. I'm very envious of you people, actually, and I wish my family was in the same situation to where they could support me to come do something like this. But I do recognize that I didn't have that available to me, and that's what turned me into a motherfucking savage. And that's why I work so hard, and that's why I have this chip on my shoulder about busting my ass and getting shit done that I want to get done so I can achieve my dreams and so I can live the life that I want to live. So here I am, man. Am I lucky to be out here in Japan? I don't know. You guys want to do some shit, man? If you don't like your life, then fucking change it. And if you're going to be complaining, talking about how your life sucks, talking about how you don't have money to do this, that, and the other, and you're only working part-time and you're living at home, and you'd rather play some video games than pick up an extra shift at your job, I have no sympathy for you, man. I can't respect that. You don't actually want to achieve your dreams. You just want to say that, and you just want to bitch about it, and you just want to place blame on other people like me who are busting their ass and make excuses about why I got here and why I'm living my dream. You're lucky. You're lucky. I'm not lucky. Motherfucker, I'm here because I busted my ass. And any one of you guys can do that too. You just gotta want it, dude. Like, I know this video was super cringe, like Goggins, weird motivational shit, but this is all so real, so I hope I can inspire somebody. I hope somebody takes what I'm saying seriously. I hope somebody takes the words I say to heart. And you guys do something with this, because it really does hurt me to see so many people say they have these dreams. All they do is make excuses for themselves, feel sorry for themselves, and act like little bitches. if your life sucks and you're not happy with your life, what are you doing to change it? If you're not doing anything to change it, I can't respect that, man.